And staying on the continent, South Africa's auto industry has hit the brakes. That's after the sector's main labor union called a strike for higher pay. The disruption is costing some of the world's largest car makers millions of dollars in lost revenue. Guy Henderson reports from Pretoria.
Out on the picket line again, unions are rallying their troops in what's becoming the toughest wage negotiation season for years. The gap in this sector does seem manageable, a 14% demand and 8% offer. But unions are talking tough.
We've said to employers that this strike is likely to be the mother of all strikes that we had.
On top of that, they want new benefits and say this strike will go on until they get them.
What we cannot win when we out here on the street can never be won in the small room, in the boardroom. And that's our philosophy. The only thing that employers understand better is unity of workers in purpose.
Now, unions say as many as 30,000 workers in the auto sector are now on strike. Employers say that number is significantly lower. But regardless, this is the kind of strike action that can start to cause severe disruption to a key sector in the South African economy.
South Africa is an international car-making hub. It makes 500,000 vehicles a year and exports to 152 countries. But the industry reckons it's now losing $70 million every day in revenue and could lose far more down the line.
If we prove ourselves to be an unreliable site for that export market, the consequence of that naturally is that the orders will simply go elsewhere.
Though last year's chaotic and often violent unrest in the mining sector hasn't really spread, there's still a feeling among labour analysts that it marked a watershed and that it indirectly damaged support for the ruling African National Congress.
There's great pressure on the COSATU unions and others, but especially the COSATU unions, to deliver on promises at grassroots level, where they've been accused of perhaps being out of touch.
8 months until the country casts its vote, there's incentive to mobilise. Guy Henderson, CCTV, Pretoria, South Africa.